Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and today we're here to review Fast Fusion for the Nintendo Switch 2. This review was written by the Fast and Furious Ollie Reynolds for NintendoLife.com and has been adapted into this video by me. Some of my favorite memories from the Switch 1 came from those opening few weeks following the launch in March 2017. Like everyone else, I was utterly glued to Zelda Breath of the Wild, but I also poured a huge amount of time into Fast RMX. It was the game to showcase what the console was capable of in those early days, and the developer is back again with the launch title for the Switch 2, Fast Fusion. Now, I know everybody has quite rightly been playing Mario Kart World almost non-stop since the Switch 2 launch, but I'd be lying if I said it was my favorite racing game at launch, and no, it's not Ridge Racer either. That honor goes to Fast Fusion. While somewhat slight in terms of content, this entry is the most accomplished yet, with astonishing visuals, rock-solid performance, and blistering fast racing. At first glance, it's extremely familiar to Fast RMX veterans. Still race around tracks against CPU opponents while facing between red and blue colors to benefit from boost pads on the ground. Picking up little energy orbs fills your boost meter, while pressing R gives you a significant, albeit short, speed burst, quickly depleting your boost supply. So far, so good then. The biggest change with the core gameplay is the ability to jump at any point. Honestly, when I first heard about this, I thought Shin'en had lost its marbles. Jumping in a futuristic high-speed racer? Madness! It turns out, however, it works wonderfully well, adding an extra layer of strategy. I should clarify, when I say jump, I'm not talking about the measly hop you might see in Mario Kart. Fast Fusion's jumps launch your vehicle meters into the air, giving you time to control your direction before landing. This has multiple uses. You can either use it to cross a deadly gap on the course, reach energy orbs way up high, or swap to an adjacent road to avoid obstacles or make use of a boost pad. It's got loads of potential, and I even noticed a few moments in which I could cut corners or discover hidden shortcuts. Granted, there's nothing quite like the astonishing feats seen in f-zerox, but I reckon it's possible to cut your times dramatically once you master the mechanic. You can also use it to land on top of enemies, spinning them out or netting you some sweet cash. Very satisfying. As for the tracks themselves, you've got a total of 12 split across 4 different leagues. It's definitely a step down from previous games, but the quality on display here is insane. The rain and tornadoes in Tempesta are a real visual treat, and the gigantic robots stomping around in Port Genkai can do a number on you. It's thrilling stuff. And with Shin'en confirming that free content updates are on the way, we're optimistic that there'll be additional tracks in the future. Outside of the races, the big change here is, as the title suggests, the ability to fuse vehicles to create completely new ones. You've only got a few unlocked from the start, but you can tinker with the fusion mechanics straight away, provided you have the currency. It's simply a case of selecting which vehicle you want to alter and browsing the rest of the catalog. Completing the fusion results in a mashup of both designs and names. You'll also see that some of the stats have been altered depending on your chosen vehicle's strengths. Blending Zebra genetics with VASP optics, for example, yields increased boost performance thanks to the latter's strength in that department. There are loads of different combinations you can try out, and it's a joy to see what kind of stunning monstrosity you can come up with. You may even find that you can completely max out your acceleration or top speed. Fusing does, however, cost money. In fact, everything in this game does. Not real money before you grab your pitchforks, but in-game currency obtained by completing races, performing well, and collecting items. You'll need moolah to unlock new vehicles, complete fusions, and open up new championship cups. The game is pretty generous with its cash prices, but I felt deflated a couple of times realizing I had to replay tracks I'd already won to grind the required funds. Once you get over that initial hump of unlocking every track, however, accumulating currency is pretty painless, and you'll find that playing races for the sheer thrill of it will soon result in heaps of the stuff. Another good way to spend it is via the jukebox feature. Fast Fusion contains some awesome new music, and you can unlock it and listen to it whenever you like, along with a whole bunch of tracks from Fast RMX, Fast Racing Neo, and Fast Racing League. In addition to the standard championship mode, you've also got time attack and superhero mode. The former is pretty self-explanatory, requiring you to beat the stage's record time, while the latter is about as close as you get to a new F-Zero. The stages are mirrored, and your boost bar also represents your ship's health. boost too much or crash out entirely, and it's game over. Generally, you're able to boost much more than in the standard championship mode, but it also comes with that thrilling risk versus reward structure that makes F-Zero so great. And of course, you've got multiplayer, offered up via standard split screen play up to 4 players, or the new game share capabilities 2 players. Split screen works phenomenally well with performance maintained at a solid 60 FPS for all. It's not often you get such a robust performance with local multiplayer these days, so seeing the Switch 2 handle this without breaking a sweat is a joy. Game share is similarly impressive in terms of performance, though being the second player on a Switch 1 does yield some pretty fuzzy visuals thanks to the streaming involved. The whole screen also shrinks slightly for both players to provide the necessary game share information at the top. It's not a huge deal, and you're going to find the same happens if you're using the screen share feature using game chat, but it's worth noting all the same. And while on the subject of performance, it's worth stressing just how incredibly beautiful Fast Fusion is on the Switch. In docked mode, if you have a TV capable of hitting 4K resolution, nailing that 4K 60 FPS balance is absolutely magical. Shin'en Multimedia has stated its desire to potentially add a 120 FPS mode at a later date, but honestly, if this means dipping the resolution down to 1080p, I'm perfectly happy sticking with 4K 60 FPS. As for the other performance modes, you've got Ultra Quality in docked mode that boosts the visuals slightly but brings the performance down to 30 FPS. It's fine, and the added texture details and shadow maps are certainly noticeable, but it's not my go-to option. Handheld mode delivers more or less the same, maxing out the screen's 1080p display while offering up the option of either 60 FPS performance mode or 30 FPS quality mode. The latter again offers the same visual downgrade as dock mode, but the compromises to attain this aren't really worth it. So in conclusion, Fast Fusion may not have the most comprehensive collection of tracks, but it's easily the most accomplished entry in Shin'en Multimedia's series so far. The new jump ability adds a new layer of strategy to the gameplay, while experimenting with the fusion mechanic to find the perfect vehicle is a joy. The occasional grinding to save up money can be a momentary drag, but if you're after something a bit more hardcore than Mario Kart World, Fast Fusion is a no-brainer and an absolute joy. We here at Nintendo Live give Fast Fusion for the Nintendo Switch 2 a 9 out of 10. And now with the review done, it's time for Felix's personal thoughts. Now, I had not played any of the previous games. Fast RMX, hadn't touched it, so I was really excited to see what all the hype was about with this game, and let me tell you, the hype is definitely worth it. The controls and feel of this game is exceptional, and as Ollie states multiple times, it's a gorgeous game that really showcases what the Switch 2 is capable of. Also, the difficulty, to me, is perfect. Like, you almost win every race, but you also have to try your hardest. CPUs will regularly overtake you, and you have to switch to a proper gamer pose and really take it seriously to come out on top. I don't know if I agree with Ollie that this is better than Mario Kart World, but it is certainly close. Sure, they're both racing games, but they are two very different games. Shin'en Multimedia has nailed it with Fast Fusion, and I can't wait to invite over people and play some split screen because, I would say that the controls are extremely intuitive. For it being my first time playing this, I just felt that I had played multiple entries in the past. I mean, I have played F-Zero 99 quite a lot, but it just felt really good, and the switching between red and blue to get the boost pads and collecting coins so you can boost, it all just played together brilliantly. But that was everything from us. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to check out our website, nintendolife.com, where you can find this review in written form. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Felix from Nintendo Live, out.